Let's go now to Morgan Murphy for the weather news. Morgan?
Thanks, Tasha. This week in the country, we saw it. The country basically divided in terms of the weather we saw. Down south near Austin, Texas, we saw a major flooding due to a storm that went through there. It also went through the Oklahoma City region where a tornado actually touched down. But right now, the city's actually trying to deal with the massive amounts of rain still on the roads. There are about 7 inches in total that fell. Over in California, though, the citrus groves there, they're finding a unique way to keep those trees watered. They're actually spraying white paint on them to reflect all the sunlight to keep all the water inside them from evaporating. It kind of acts as like a sunblock like you would put on to keep your skin safe. But it seems to be proving effective as they're saving more water than they have before. We are watching our drought monitor here, though, and we see a lot of the country still in that drought state. A lot of this area here highlighted is basically below average precipitation. California, the darkest red. That's because they're in a pretty severe drought. But so is most of the Midwest and the southern states. Good news, though, we did see a lot of relief come over the past 2 days here in the 7th and 8th of May. We saw a major low pressure system form up in Wisconsin and Minnesota here, and a cold front stretched all the way down to Texas. And because of that cold front, all the moisture from the Gulf was able to rise up into the air. And you can see here as the precipitation started fell, it just accumulated and accumulated over this region here, gave a lot of relief to those drought states. 7 inches down in Oklahoma and Austin, Texas, and boy, do they need it. And you can just see this band form as the storm kept on track and eastward, and it was just a really good thing to see that drought break. But California is still looking for a little bit of rain. Hopefully they'll get some of it. With all this rain, though, the grass in your backyard is going to keep growing and growing, but there's a few things you should know if you want to take care of it.
The weather is changing in the Red River Valley of North Dakota, and people are busy getting their lawns ready for the year. While mowing is important, just remember that you may want to be careful how low you go.
And you definitely don't want to mow it down to the roots. 3 inches to 3.5 inches is a preferred height of mowing.
This time of year is known for renewed lawn life, but it does have some downsides.
Dandelions, Canadian thistle, we get a lot of creeping Charlie.
A well-planted and cared-for tree can do wonders to the appeal of your lawn and liven up your neighborhood. However, you do have to make sure you choose the right one.
You know, depending on the type of plant that you install, some trees have drop acidic needles and stuff like that that can kill an area around a plant.
If your lawn has any dead areas, just know you can always try and reseed.
Try to get native, you know, a lot of the stores are selling grass seeds from Oregon and all over.
And those imported seeds from other parts of the country generally don't do as well as homegrown varieties. Getting started on the perfect lawn is not always easy, but with the summer coming, you can be sure your grass will want to grow. I'm Nick Johnsrud reporting for Studio One.
Now, although that might sound like a lot of work to keep your grass green, there's nothing better than feeling that green grass below your feet in summertime. That brings us to our weather question of the week. When does hurricane season officially start? Is it May 10th, June 1st, July 4th, or August 22nd? And the answer is actually June 1st. That's when it officially starts, but we've already seen a few tropical storms actually start.
All right, thanks, Morgan.